We must change from a city that shouts, "Not in my backyard," to one that proclaims, "Yes, in my backyard." From a city of NIMBYs to a city of YIMBYs.
January 15th, 2019. With 2 years left in office, Mayor Faulconer decided to make housing affordability the main focus of his 5th State of the City address. His ideas were big. Outside the coastal zone, no more height limits in areas served by public transit.
And I will deliver a plan to the council to authorize unlimited density for developments that include affordable housing and housing for the homeless, the most generous incentive in the state.
His Complete Communities proposal does not quite match that lofty rhetoric. The program is optional and only applies to sites close to public transit where apartments are already allowed. To participate, developers have to make 40% of a building's units affordable to low and moderate income households. None of the homes can be used for short-term rentals like Airbnb. In return, the developer can pack as many apartments into the building as will fit. And the size of the building will be regulated by square footage of floor space rather than height. In other words, the taller the building, the skinnier it has to be.
Andrew, this is the Buzz project. It's a mixed-use project on the corner of 30th and B in Golden Hill.
Rami Cortez is a small-scale developer who supports the Complete Communities package. He's showing me his latest apartment building, set to open to tenants in January.
We have cabinets going in, countertops. And in the next 30 days, you'll see all the scaffolding pulled down.
This project made use of the city's existing Affordable Housing Density Bonus program, which offers incentives if developers can set aside a portion of their homes as affordable for low-income households. Complete Communities is like that program dialed up to 11. Cortez says it would be another tool to help provide more housing for San Diego.
If we're building housing in the right places along transit and job centers, we have to grow as a city, and we can't just take a NIMBY approach to leapfrog development like you see in Arizona or Riverside. That never works. And to meet our greenhouse gas goals, it's the only way we're going to be able to get there is to cut down on carbon emissions and walk, bike, and use, alternative modes of transportation.
Transportation is another leg of Complete Communities. Building in the city's more car-dependent neighborhoods would come with higher fees, and those fees would pay for things like bike lanes, sidewalks, and crosswalks in denser, more urban neighborhoods. Improvements in low-income communities with less access to opportunity would get priority.
This is completely unacceptable with the housing element. Don't like it at all.
Perhaps the biggest opposition to Complete Communities has come out of San Diego's volunteer neighborhood planning groups. Diane Kane represents La Jolla on the Community Planners Committee, or CPC. At a meeting on Monday, she suggested Complete Communities is a Trojan horse for a massive rezoning plan.
If you look at the maps, there's all of these disclaimers about how this isn't a rezone, but it is a rezone. And the people whose parcels are being rezoned don't even know it.
CPC Chair Wally Wolfeck of Scripps Ranch said he thought it was unfair that a portion of the fees developers pay to build in his neighborhood would be sent to low-income communities. And he said the process that began about a year ago was rushed.
None of these plans should go forward until there has been sufficient consultation with community planning groups and CPC. And that still hasn't really happened. It's sort of been like pulling teeth to get anyone to bother to talk to us.
Just wanted to take a couple of minutes just to kind of walk you through a few of the highlights of the changes.
Earlier in that same meeting, Planning Department staffers spent an hour explaining recent revisions to the program and answering questions. They point to the dozens of workshops and presentations at public meetings as evidence they did enough outreach. The Complete Communities package has gotten mixed reviews from city council members. They'll decide on Monday whether it should become law. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.